All right, everybody. I hope you are doing well today. I want to go ahead and put you guys on some game because this thing is insane. When you think of some of the best stuff in the game right now, think of what? Mid retrograde, Grapple Hunter, Outbreak, maybe some PK Super Regen. There's one thing that if you're not using, you're actively sabotaging your experience playing the game right now. And I mean that in every sense of the word. If you go to any new weapon, you'll see that they have a different selection of mods than some of our older ones do. But the best one, by far and away, is Temporal Blast. This mod is so broken that by merely equipping it on any weapon that you are able to, you are essentially giving yourself, in every circumstance, at bare minimum, at least 20% free damage. And in some instances, it gets even crazier. Let me give you a quick little demonstration of exactly what I'm talking about in case you aren't quite aware of just how busted broken of a mod this is and why you legitimately have to be using it. All right, now real quick, I do just want to demonstrate a little trial run of just how gosh darn amazing this mod is and why you should be running it on every single weapon that you are allowed to run it on. So we're going to use our Outrageous Fortune here as an example. I was lucky to get one with tier 5. And for first thing, I'm just going to shoot an entire mag of it with no buffs or anything. All right. About 5,700 damage. Now we're going to slap on good old Temporal Blast. And yeah, obviously it is the enhanced version of the mod. Let's go ahead and reset it right quick. And this is just going to be with Temporal Blast. Nothing else has changed. Yeah, but it... Look how much extra damage it did. We went from 5,744 to nearly 8,000. My man, that is just from a mod. That is, my man, that is from a weapon mod where all you need to do to activate it is you're literally just shoot, deal damage. As once you do about, I think it's 1,000 damage or so with the weapon, it's going to actually trigger the Temporal Blast. So I think on the GL, it'll take 2 shots to charge it, and then on the third one, it'll actually proc Temporal Blast. So 1, 2, it's ready. On the third one, boom. The bigger number is always going to be the Temporal Blast number. And as you can see, yeah, the extra 1,100 damage it does is pretty dang awesome. This also allows for your primary weapons to hit a little bit harder to give them a little bit of extra pop. For example, my primary good old Gear-Tight Apex SMG right here is able to proc Temporal Blast once per mag. It's at ×4 right here. And then 631 damage from the SMG every, at least once per mag is very, very valuable. It means if you're shooting a healthier major, Temporal Blast on its own is just going to help shit on it. Let's take one of the best weapons in the game, Mid Retrograde. We'll do one without Temporal Blast. Shoot a whole mag of it right at his face. Now it's 7,600. Now with Temporal Blast on it, it's going to actually be able, if you fire the full volley of the pulse per trigger pull, it will charge up and use in Temporal Blast, which is very, very good, giving one of the best weapons in the game even more pop, as you can see. But wait, there's more. What if I told you that Temporal Blast also gets buffed by just about anything else you'd use to buff a weapon? For example, Bait and Switch, Surges, a Well of Radiance. So, real quick, I'm going to dump out a full thing of this gun. Just a full entire thing with Temporal Blast, all of its reserves. Just shy of 29,000. Now we're going to get a little bit frisky here. I'm going to put on 2 primary weapons and take off Temporal Blast on my SMG, just so that the main thing doing the juice here is going to be the actual GL itself. Let's rip it. Yeah, man. What was you? Yeah, it just flat out doubles it. And now for a little bit of fun, we're just going to go ahead and crank it up to the max, and we're going to use some good old min retrograde added to the shenanigans. That's actually crazy how much the pulse rifle does, dude. And then I just want to throw this in here with the crossbow with temporal blast. It's a little bit insane. This one does have Vorpal on it, which buffs this weapon by 30% because it gives it a heavy weapon bonus and the primary weapon bonus because Destiny 2. I just want you to see this real quick. All right, now thing's ready. Give me that back. 3100, man. Yeah, 3100. Yeah, dude. That right there is the strength of Temporal Blast.